Welcome back to Seven Deadly Sins anime review, episode number 20. Yep, I finally got the 20 episodes for this review series. This episode, I'm reviewing the newest episode of the anime, episode 66, New Threat. This one depths the entirety of chapters 35-37. Mostly put, except for one scene, it mostly sticks to how the original manga presented these particular chapters. What happens this episode? Well, we kind of pick up where the last week's episode left off, was Zero's being mad that his brother has named the new successor to the Demon King. So he's marching outside, calling his 10 Commandments. None of them answer. He knows that Gloxer's dead. He doesn't know how about Mesicana. Yeah, as far as I can tell for her, she's imprisoned by Merlin in her lab. And he apparently did not know what happened to Fraudulent. Nope, he doesn't know the fact that, well, he got killed by Meliodas at the end of the previous season. So yeah, he doesn't know that of the 3 of the 10 Commandments who were not responding, two are dead. One he knows is dead. And the other 2, he knows the other 2, one is basically turned into a snake and imprisoned by Merlin, and he doesn't know the other one was killed. So, and then Galaxia and Draxel. So Galaxia calls him up and says, hey, I'm not going to be hanging out with you guys anymore. So, Draxel, I'm with Draxel, and we decided, though, we made a mistake 3,000 years ago. So, we are hereby resigning from the 10 Commandments. And Zero was like, and that means next time we see us, we'll be enemies. And Zero was like, I accept. Takes away the 10 Commandments, their commandment mark that was on their chest, and their eyes basically, like, in the case of Galaxia's eyes, they pretty much return to be very bright and to be very dark. It's almost like he kind of wore sunglasses. Yeah, but that's probably what it means to be a 10 Commandment, have your eyes tinted. Oh yeah, there's a joke about, like, for Drax, so it's like, hey Galaxia, check my butt and see if the markers are like, nah, check yourself. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. Yeah. And of course, as for what Maspa and Desiree are up to, well, they're hanging out at some lady's hut where Desiree is wearing her clothes, and it's like this first thing you see Maspa just sitting in a chair in front of a fireplace, and Desiree laying on a bed of straw. Yep. And then the owner comes in, gives some bread. Apparently, she has no problem with the fact that she apparently doesn't know these 2 are in fact demons. Probably because of their human appearance. Yeah, but this is an okay little scene. Yep. And then, like, okay, he's like, damn, couldn't get anybody to respond. He knows that Escarosa, who has been in coma since the end of the previous season, yeah, still his place. Of course, he had told everybody to come to his place, and, like, no one responded. Yeah. Now, as for, like, and then something really weird happens. A couple old friends of Zedoro shows up, Kosnick and Chandler. Kosnick was Zedoros' teacher. Chandler was Meliodas' teacher. Oh yeah, apparently he's very obsessed toward Meliodas. Yeah. Like, he's like, basically cries over him, stuff like that. They do get a brief scuffle, but Meliodas doesn't really care. So basically, he decides to blast off and go look for the 7 deadly sins. And I love the chemistry between these 3 characters. It is so good. And I love the fact they keep this chemistry from the manga, because this was one of the most interesting things I saw from the manga. Yep. After he blasts off, we see Chandler and Zedoros just walk to the castle. Now, as the Rosa, they actually do change his scene up a bit. For one thing, he actually gets a lot more covering when you see him in his tube, and also they make another visual change. Now, in both the manga and anime, he is surrounded by 2 demons on either side. In the manga, there's actually a few cocoons next to him. In the anime, they're nowhere to be seen, and plus the location looks a little bit different than what's presented in the manga. Yeah. But that's the only visual change I saw here. Mostly put, it was mostly exactly the same, which I'm like, that's interesting. I'm surprised they changed anything else. And then Chandler just flies straight to the boar's hut, and he gets inside. How he gets inside is one of the most perplexing things. Now, before he shows up, we see a great scene. We have Deanne. Excuse me. Deanne and Gothel are accepting gifts from King. Deanne gets King's old helmet that was crushed when she was possessed by those spirits of Conrad. And Gothel gets a pendant basically representing his memories of the King's late sister. Now this is something they actually didn't change. They actually cut this from the anime from what I saw. There's a mention of the King's sister and of course mentioned by name. There's no image of her. Yeah, for some reason they cut that from the episode. I'm not really sure why. It's particularly very weird. Yeah. And then of course we have somehow like the sky turns black and we're like, what? What the heck is going on here? And then we see Chandler inside where he basically disables Merlin's perfect cube with absolute cancel, which apparently he does know that. She tries to attack him and he launches a full counter on her. And she's like, that's Meliodas' move. And he's like, who do you think taught it to him? Yeah, and then he sort of seals her magic and turns her into a 10-year-old, at least a 10, 12-year-old child. It's like, I recognize that face. You're Berlin's you're Berlin's daughter. Of course, she didn't say anything about it. I'm kind of like, okay, Merlin, why did you wait 5 minutes to attack this man? I mean, you probably know this man is probably a demon, doesn't know his name, but yeah. And then, of course, they're about to attack, and then Deanne sticks her hand right and grabs Meliodas and Elizabeth. And then Chandler gets outside, and of course he recognizes Gothel. They're like, oh, you're Gothel's puppet. Yep. And I think Deanne's one asks us like, do you know this man? And he's like, yeah, he is. His name is Chandler. He's a high-ranking demon. And he also is Meliodas' master. Yep. That is all pulled directly from the manga. And then, like, Deanne tries to attack him, and then she gets shrunk. A lot more than, let's say, when Merlin does it. And then he does something. Now, before he shows up, he darkens the whole sky. And then he does something really kind of awesome and scary. He basically rains hellfire on the whole freaking area. And Hawk Mama tries to run away as quickly as she can. And, of course, well, they're stopped by Chandler in this other area. And then you have Gothel and King, who are surprisingly working together. And the episode ends with them about to fire a celestial arrow at Chandler. And that's where the episode ends. This episode was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I love the writing for this episode. And I love the fact that despite Studio Dean basically being chastised recently for the last several episodes, and not being basically people wanted when it comes to a particular series, I gotta say for this episode was really good. Yeah, love the acting for this episode. Well, not only the writing, the acting, the animation was really good. The changes were perfectly fine and serviceable. And so it is all surprising. No character bloodshed this episode. Also, we have this brief little thing of Merlin trying to wake up Escanor, who's still in his skinny form. Yeah, the only way that'll happen is if he gets basically ignited by a sun. Yeah. But this overall is one fantastic episode. I love it. It was really, really good. And I can't wait for next week's episode. Now, the thing with the way the anime is presenting stuff so far, I gotta say, also this episode had a new opening theme. I gotta say, it's about time, and, well, it's appropriate because Well, we are 13 episodes in. Usually by episode, like, first 2 episodes is one theme, and the next 12 is another theme. That's how usually this anime has worked in season 1. And I gotta say, the new opening theme song is actually an improvement over the first one. The first one was okay. This one I thought was a heck of a lot better. And it's sort of similar to one of the songs they use for Black Clover. Yeah, it's very similar to it kind of sounds like some of the songs they use for Black Clover and My Hero Academia. It's very similar to that. Yep. Oh, in case you're wondering, is there a new chapter released in the manga? Well, there was the chapter I reviewed yesterday. Yep. Actually, it was about a couple days ago I reviewed it. But no new chapter released this week. I mean, there probably is going to be one, but I haven't seen one posted yet. Yeah, for some reason, the sites I've been using have not been posting the new chapters for some reason. Yeah, it's like they either have stopped or they just probably just don't care to post them. I don't really know why. It's particularly very weird. Yep. So yeah, that's it for this particular review. I have one more review I'm hoping to do today, and our review of the next 7 episodes of Ron My Half. Okay? But do you see you next review. Bye.